I think it was about 15 minutes in that James Cordon began to sing. After that, the next 75 minutes I just spent trying to think of more and more creative ways to kill myself.
Goodbye, Smurfs! Forever!
Now that's what I call a banger.
Smurfs.
It's kind of a rite of passage that each generation must have its own shitty Smurfs movie, right? And I don't get it. Why try again? You know? Does anyone like this franchise? Is anyone actually walking around today in 2025 saying, I'm a big fan of the Smurfs? What do they do? Because half the stuff they do in this film isn't even what they do. So I don't know what the show was originally about, but man, there's just nothing happening here. Eventually, after so many failures in a row, don't you just go, oh, this dead horse we've been beating is actually just mush now. Smurfs, fucking Smurfs, I mean Smurfs. Man, there's these 4 books which 4 evil wizards want, and if they get them, they'll destroy all the happiness in the universe. And they've had 3 of them for a century, and they've just been waiting for Gargamel's cunty brother to get the 4th one, which the Smurfs have been hiding. Papa Smurf has been hiding the existence of the book, or any of this, from all the other Smurfs for a century. Also, Rihanna is there. She's playing the very blonde Smurfette, who already knows that she was a sleeper agent sent by Gargamel to fuck up the Smurfs, but she decided to just be a nice Smurf instead. So fortunately, that's not going to be used for her character development, right? No, that's the whole thing. She's just going to go through that again, even though she said she's already gone through that. Okay. So in this society where everyone is defined by the one thing they do or are like, seriously, no, seriously, they're all called after the one thing they do. There's like Carpenter Smurf and like Influencer Smurf. And then like half of them are stolen from Snow White's Dwarves. There's actually like a Grumpy Smurf, maybe it's called Angry Smurf. And there's like Lazy Smurf and Sleepy Smurf and Clumsy Smurf. I'm sorry. And then James Cordon is there as No Name Smurf because he's not found his thing. And therefore he feels like an outsider and we're meant to feel sorry for him. Maybe I'm just shooting the shit here, but I feel like if you're a little bit clumsy and that is now what you are defined by as Clumsy Smurf forevermore, shouldn't we feel more sorry for that guy than for No Name Smurf, the guy who can still go out and find whatever he wants to define him? There's a guy who is known for living over there. He's called Lives Over There Smurf. That's his entire life, is being just living over there. Like, and this problem is never addressed, by the way. James Cordon Smurf goes off and finds a thing, and then he becomes blank Smurf. I won't spoil it, but he becomes blank Smurf. And they never address the fact that, oh yeah, this is literally the definition of one-dimensional characters, and everyone in our society is just defined by one thing, and they just have to do that one thing all the time, and just be one thing. Any other animated film in history, that is the problem. So it turns out, it's not really much of a spoiler, it does happen like 10 minutes into the film. It turns out he's Magic Smurf, he has magic powers, isn't that fun? Magic Smurf sounds like a sex toy, but don't worry, there's nothing less erotic in the world than James Cordon, so it's not a problem. So he sings a song early on, then Rihanna sings a couple songs, not enough to call it a musical. And honestly, I feel like so many people were so pumped for Rihanna to do music again. Nothing could have halted your fans' excitement more than this film. Like, oh my god. This is like getting your steam train really rolling again just so you can lay down on the tracks. I mean, god. Anyway, the whole plot is actually that Papa Smurf gets kidnapped so that Gargamel's brother can try and find the 4th magical book. And then the Smurfs go into the real world to find his brother so that they can get backstory on how Papa Smurf, Kurt Russell, and this ginger cunt were the Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. The least believable part of this is that it was made in 2025. Like, seriously? I would hazard a guess. If you told me to guess what year it came out, I would say something like 2011, you know? But they made a Smurfs movie in 2011. Did they make 2 at once and just shelve this one? Be like, yeah, we'll need to reboot this franchise again at some point. Like, Rihanna music, James Cordon, stupid-ass jokes, and not a single theme that screams anything to do with modern kids today. Like, no, nothing. There's nothing about this that couldn't have been done in 2011, honestly. Has this been in development hell for a decade? Like, I don't get it. Yeah. It is not the worst film I've ever seen, but it is, without a doubt in my mind, the worst film I've ever seen in a cinema. Like, every film I've ever seen that is worse than this, I didn't watch in the cinema. The vast majority of them didn't make it to the cinema. It's so atrocious. It's this, I would call it this decade's emoji movie, but honestly, that is an insult to the emoji movie, and that is a trash film. But this is so much worse. It is incredible. I'm giving maybe we owe an apology to the Trolls franchise? Half a star. Maybe some direct-to-streaming ones are worse than this. Not many. No, this is on the level at which nothing should be allowed to be screened in a cinema. Like, there should just be basic control parameters of some kind to stop things like this being shown in the cinema. It's so tragically bad. Oh my god.